get these people out of this hotel.
This is what we need to do. We need to scare them out. We're not all blood and gore under here, you know. Oh.
Are you sure?
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
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 Yep.
Wow.
Exactly. That's what we got to do.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Is anyone here?
Is anybody with us? We're live. I can't. Let me just double check with my ghost glasses that what's happening is really happening. Yeah, I guess we're live. If you can hear us, if you're with us, let us know. And happy Halloween Eve.
Yes.
Hallows Eve.
Welcome to the second annual Full Dark Hallowstream.
It's us.
We are your hosts.
The ghosts with the most. The ghosts with something. We are in costume. We're in layers of costume.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Amy. Can you tell? Maybe.
Hey.
I can't see a thing.
Hey, Kelsey.
Hey, there's everybody. What's up? What's going on?
Kelsey coming to us from across the pond.
Yeah, it's late over there, baby.
Jem coming to us from across the pond. And Chris Stanton.
What's up? We just watched your video.
We did.
As ghosts. Ghosts watch YouTube.
I'm in the house. How's it going, guys?
Should we reveal?
Sure, let's reveal.
Who we really are?
Not for those meddling kids. Oh yeah, check this out.
I've lost my eyes. I've lost my eyes. Okay.
Are you there? Are you in?
I'm in. You can come out now. My name's Barbara Maitland, and this is my husband, Adam. I can't see a thing, guys. I need my glasses.
So we were recently deceased. Oh. Oh.
This was an idea. This was an idea.
There we go.
We're the Maitlands, and we've been dead for about 30 years now. We died on a bridge in Vermont. Well, it's Connecticut. Well, yeah, it's located in Vermont.
Yes.
That's why I look like my grandmother tonight. Nice to see everybody.
So where are we right now?
We're coming to you live from the ADELPHI Hotel. And, well, let's just look what we got here. Jem, Tamara, Kelsey, oh, there's John, Chris. Okay, awesome.
Tamara's here.
Well, friends,
hello, Tamara.
God bless it. That was a mistake. It was fun. I don't know if you guys saw our Instagram earlier, but we arrived to the hotel and Ryan's on his computer right next to me. This is our little room. We've got the mood lighting on. I hope you can hear us, and I hope that it's loud enough and you can, it looks like you can see us. So we're gonna keep going. And so we're at the ADELPHI Hotel, and this is in Saratoga Springs, New York. And there's real springs here where you can go fill like a water bottle and live for 1,000 years. But we arrive here and there's a ghost tour out front because this is on Broadway on the main drag. And we see, good, thank you, Kels. And we see people taking a ghost tour across the street. So I was like, oh my God, get the sheets on right now.
Yeah.
And we stood at the window behind us, just as you saw us, and people slowly, because the hotel's part of the ghost tour, and the tour guide with his top hat's like pointing up behind him, and the people are slowly starting to notice us in the windows as ghosts. And I tell you, that's the greatest thing I've achieved in my life to date. I don't know how you feel about it, but
it's up there.
I feel good.
Yeah, the children started pointing and
dude
in terror, and the parents started laughing, and the tour guide turned around. He was wearing a big top hat and big trench coat and stuff.
Man.
We made their night. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. We got Ian in the house. This is lovely. So we figured that while we're the Maitlands, talk about an easy costume. Well, I just had to get out of the shower and put a dress on.
Francisco loves us.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We love you too.
Awesome. 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 This is good. So it's Halloween Eve and we're in a haunted hotel, and we're going to tell you a little about this hotel. Now, you know, it's in the town of Saratoga Springs, and this town is known for the horse racing, which is not exactly our favorite. It's not ethically, there's some questionable things, but the horse racing has been going on forever, since the 1800s, late 1800s. And
Adventures with M&M says head next door for a beer at Druthers.
Yep. Oh, monkey bread. I love Druthers. I want us to order from Druthers more. I'll just say that.
Right?
But so we're at the Adelphi, which was opened in 1877. And one of the main players of the 1870s in this town is John Morrissey. And he's the man who created the horse racing and the racetrack a little ways away, the Saratoga racetrack. And he died here a year later in 1878 of pneumonia, I believe. And he was laid in state. His funeral viewing was on the second floor. We're in room 30 something. I never remember.
303.
Okay. And I just see it visually. I don't remember the number. And he was laid in state here on the second floor in a piazza that's right below us. And it said that his ghost wanders the halls. And he was like this kind of guy back in the day, funded the Canfield Casino, which is right down the block in Congress Park, also haunted as all get out, another 150-year-old fancy building. So this is where we chose to not leave our house very far to go for Halloween Eve. Also, we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters where we live, so we're just going to hole up tomorrow with horror movies. Well, I am. I don't know about it.
Francisco asks, where's the super chat? He wants to donate.
We're not monetized. We don't have super chat.
We're close.
We're getting there. If you watch our videos, that'll help. But we don't have the watch hours for that to happen at this point.
We're getting there.
Just slowly. The more I vlog, the more I've got your attention.
But we certainly appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that would be awesome, but
just being here is
right.
Enough.
We can't do chats. So that's pretty much the history. Like, it's just a big old fancy hotel in a town that used to have the two largest hotels in the world. And no, they are not here anymore. They've been knocked down. One was called the Grand Union, which sounds like a grocery store chain from the 80s, but it was beautiful there. So this is the last Victorian era hotel of Saratoga, and it's one of the most haunted. Oh, Michael
is
thank
here.
You. Thanks for the Maitlands. Sheen order. That's how you get your costumes these days. But the other thing about that I thought was really cool about this hotel is not just that people have reported hauntings like crazy. Yes, there's a story of a woman. Do you want to guess what color her dress is? You guess. What color is the woman in?
Oh, would it be red?
Nope.
Would it be white?
Nope.
Would it be blue?
You're right. It's a woman in blue who is seen at this hotel. What blue implies, I wouldn't know. It's just probably attributed to the way this apparition appears and what people have said over time. Is she real? I don't know. I'm gonna be the one to tell you, but woman in blue around here. The cool thing about it, this place was closed in 2012 to be reopened and grandified again in 2013. And what happened during the restoration of this whole building, because they found out they had to rebuild everything inside. They found hidden rooms and tunnels to the bank across the street in 2013. And they think because the previous owner, it was open until 2012 for a bit, like the 70s to 2012. The person who owned it packed it full of antiques and like stuff that was left in the hotel from the 1800s, plus they acquired more. And a lot of the internet will say, oh, it's all these items that make it so it's really, really haunted, which I ain't gonna be the one to tell you it is or isn't, but maybe. Interesting. I'm gonna show you a photo on my telephone. We found in the town of Hudson, New York, which is 2 hours south of here, a big painted picture in a frame of one of the dancers that was at this hotel.
Oh, Michael says we need a Lydia and a Beetlejuice, and he and Joey volunteer to.
Joey's short, she'll do it.
Do it.
It's perfect. It's perfect. You'd better dress up. So,
that'd be amazing.
Right? So we bought this antique back in the day, and it's like 3 years ago now, and it said on the back of it, hung in the Adelphi Hotel, 1800s.
Yes.
And that is Saratoga Sally. That's what we call her because it's just, and that's the frame you can see. That's on our floor right there.
It's chewy, but it was in here for years.
So this hung.
I love her. She haunts me.
This girl, she's in our house, and she's from this hotel. Is it haunted? I don't think, I tell you, I don't think so. We haven't had anything weird happen in our house. But then again, I think I have blinders up. So like, I don't see anything in my house because it's my house. So don't you dare. But I found some photos of this hotel in the olden days as well. And I know this isn't as good as popping pictures
Yeah.
up on screen. It was like 1905. This is the way it used to look. It used to be black in the front with gold trim, which is crazy looking. And it's the only building on Broadway that kind of looks like that. So it was always like, oh, that shit's haunted. And it is, come to find out, according to many people. And that is a creme brulee recipe. We're done with the photos. But this is the Adelphi Hotel. Lots of also like weird stories about people hearing things, people hearing people in their rooms. And the other thing that I wrote down, this is fun, in the lounge downstairs is the lazy ghost, because it just it's a ghost that leaves butt prints in the chairs as if someone's sitting there and then gets up and that's all you see.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh yeah, but you're alive.
Supposedly.
Well, we did die in a car crash.
I don't know. I don't know.
So
Can't tell.
There also was a story. What's cool about places that have been closed down and then come back to life and are redone is you get TripAdvisor and the internet. And one woman, she said her name was Erin. She worked at the hotel before it closed in 2012, and she says it's 100% haunted. Worked there before closing and spoke to a ghost in the downstairs bathroom who was very nice, a random woman who was dead.
But did she tip?
Always tip your service people.
Even if you're dead.
Another woman said that she had come here in the early 90s for a youth group trip, and when she wandered, and the upstairs floors were still not redone from earlier in the like 1900s, and the ballroom is scary as all hell. So I can't wait to go up and peruse that, because we like to wander the hotel at weird hours because, well, we paid to be here and I'm not asleep yet.
Wish we could take you with us, but we'll probably throw up a video.
Yeah, we'll get some B-roll and do some stuff like that. So this is Halloween, and I'm the lazy ghost, Tamara. It just butt prints. I thought that was hilarious. Like that's what, because you see in movies and you see it in Poltergeist, like the butt print or like a bed depressing where someone's sitting, and then it just magically comes. Oh, I would just pee my dress if I saw that. But I thought that was hilarious, and I think this is such a cool place to finally see the inside of. Because being from here, excuse me, it's this. I've only driven past here 100 times in 38 years. Oh, that's how old I am. And I have wanted to be inside this building for so long. So this is really cool. And they have old artifacts that are like wood redone mirrors and stuff that are the original. So haunted mirror selfie Saturdays. We're taking a walk later. Are you hello? Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
He's on the monitor of different things. So we also, I did want to let you know, yes, we have things to do an Estes method with. And since Ryan's really like the guy who taps in, I think more so than me, like I have to really try, I've noticed. I don't know why, but that's the way we've seen a pattern in investigating.
Dead Cold Paranormal.
Oh, hey!
How's it going, guys?
From the UK. Y'all are staying up
awesome.
late.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. Well, it's also a Saturday. Thank goodness, right? So we did
Appreciate
bring
it.
a few, a little. We don't even have a real video camera with us, but we're going to do a little bit.
We'll try a little Estes burst session.
My condo is haunted. Rob, that's scary. I would not know what to do if like my own situation in life, my surroundings were uncomfortable or haunted. And I know different people have dealt with different things and made content about it too. But what would I even do? I'd go stay at my mom's. I'd be like, listen, your house is empty. This means phone. It's not.
Kelsey says it amazes me how young America is. But you guys have the most ghost stories. Yeah.
Don't you
what does that say about Americans?
You think we might be a little full of shit?
Yeah.
Have you met us? Oh my God. Yeah.
There is some weird stuff here.
There's weird stuff, but it's nasty when like, we try to appropriate it right to Native American and indigenous culture because we weren't here then.
Exactly.
Come on, do better. But I don't know. What makes a haunting? Is it the most haunted place? It can't be.
Perhaps those energies linger from, the time before this continent was conquered.
Right? I mean, there were people here for thousands of years. So maybe they saw ghosts too. And the other thing I thought of, I wanted to put this out here while we have friends in the room. Are we seeing ghosts
Hello, Gotham Riders from New
Nice.
York City.
Hey, cool. Are we seeing ghosts in America because we live in towns that are all from the 1800s? So all our ghosts are from the 1800s. They're always Victorian ghosts. Fucking forsaken weird shit they wear. Is that it? Like if you drive down the street in any small town America, at least on like mid-Atlantic East Coast, it's all buildings from the 1800s. All the houses, dang near all, unless it's the bank or the CVS, you know?
Well, I have one. Yeah, those of you in the UK maybe have some insight, but do you guys ever feel you interact with ghosts from 1,000 years ago?
Right?
Like, it seems like, is there a time limit on ghosts? Do they expire? I'm very curious about that.
Doesn't that
I wanna
make
get
you
over
wonder?
there so badly.
I know. We're getting closer to when we can start
Yeah.
to look at planning and being able to get safely to another country. I don't think we only just opened Canada again. I don't know what they want to come here for, but hey, give it a try. But New York City must be absolute bat crap tonight. It should be insane today and tomorrow, which is a lot of fun. But lives opposite the pub from the 1620s and no ghosts. See,
Yep.
did the ghosts run out? Are they expired? Is it like, oh well, it's been 200 years. I think I need to quit this.
Meg says, I wish ghost dinosaurs were a thing. Yeah.
Where are they?
If it's one of those little
Can you
guys.
imagine? Holy sh! I don't like.
Well, still, a ghost T-Rex. Hey, nobody's caught that before. We could be the first.
Yeah. I don't want a pterodactyl ghost. Pterodactyls scare the crap out of me.
You know, it'd be a cool place to go investigate at night. I've been there. I don't think you have, but the Badlands in South Dakota.
Ooh, I've not been there.
To wander that terrain in the evening, you know.
Is it all empty, deserty?
It's
rocky?
like they're like little canyons, but it's like this weird chalky stuff.
Oh.
It's not solid. It's chalky, but it's just this barren landscape, and that's where the dinosaurs roamed primarily on this continent.
They're in Denver.
So it'd just be cool to wander that place at night. Maybe some cryptids on the loose or something like that.
It always seems to be ghosts from the Victorian era, which just doesn't make sense in the UK because there's so much history. There's so many, like it wasn't just the Victorian era ghosts start. And people now seem to look at that time the most prominently. And I also have to wonder if it's just because that's as far back as photographs go. We get into the 1800s, we can see people and that's it. And they hardly smiled because sitting for a photo sucked.
Right.
Where's the rest of the ghosts? But that's, you know, what's interesting is if you look at ghost stories from the 1800s, when people were writing it then, because they didn't have computers, they all had to write their shit in a journal. They talk about ghosts from the 1700s a lot and seeing colonial era ghosts. Is there like 100-year run time on being a ghost? And it's like, oh shoot, I only have another year to haunt this castle. Oh crap, then I've got to go on.
Let me check.
For God's sake.
Let's see.
Show them the book. Go
It's
ahead.
inconclusive.
Yeah. Show
There's
them.
a lot of information in here. There's a lot.
There's a
lot of information.
It's very full. Only the dead can see it.
That's the rub. I guess we're not dead.
I'm a trip. Anyhow, what else we got going on? Figures in your apartment. That's scary. See, I wouldn't want to see anything where I
caught my attention too. Gotham Riders is my wife. Okay. Gotcha.
Ooh, Civil War battle. Man, do I love the history of the Civil War. And being all the way up in New York, we obviously aren't very close to where things went down. Our closest is Gettysburg, of course, which is more haunted than anywhere. I don't know. As far as most haunted place, all right, Gettysburg, Waverly Hills, New Orleans. According to some, I can't be the one to tell you. Where was my thought going? But seeing something in my house would scare the crap out of me. I never have. We have a dog that barks at random stuff, but she also hears things in the street, and we have neighbors with very rude dogs. But
my son said he saw a figure in the kitchen in our house, and one time I saw a white streak go through our bedroom, but it was I don't know. It was one of those things like, was it my eyes? But it was accompanied by chills and like, whoa, my hair stood up. So I wear a sleep mask every night when I go to sleep.
He
And I
basically
have
Estes methods all night.
multiple fans going in my room, so I don't want to hear or know. You know, they're gonna have to tap me on the shoulder when I'm awake.
Right. Show
But
yourself when I'm awake, then we'll talk.
I wish we had a more exciting answer for those that ask us, you know, does
I
it
know.
ever follow you home? What do you do to make sure it doesn't follow you home? It's
We
like,
literally, should we just come clean? Like, what do we do on an investigation spiritually? Goose egg, baby.
not much.
I think about it. I go into my head and go, yeah, but if something fucks with me, I swear to God, don't, like, it's in my mind thinking about it. Only recently in one of the videos was I said, you don't scare me and I won't scare you. Like, I can scare a ghost or something. Like, that's a thing. But that's where my head goes. Do we protect ourselves?
There's been 2 times after an investigation that I needed to do something afterwards. I felt one was Villisca. That place like left a stank on me. I don't know what it was.
That seemed to screw with our
home with
minds. Yeah, and it seemed to mess with the entire project, the entire computer.
Yeah.
We lost footage that was that never happened before. Just really one after
That's
another.
a bummer too.
And it's hard to think if it's in your head or if it's actually something happened. I think that's part of the attachment, basically, is whether is it in your head? Is the place still in your head? Leaving Villisca, just being in Villisca is very strange because it's like, ew, kids were murdered here with a goddamn axe. There's nothing good about it. There's no way to find the silver lining in the Villisca axe murder house.
Oh, J&M said they lost footage from there too. I didn't know that, guys. Or did I? You might have told us that. I'm not sure.
What the hell? Weird, I don't know, weird stories come out of that house.
Interesting.
It's definitely weird.
Ready to go back.
I would say it's weirder than Lizzie Borden, because Lizzie Borden is mad hype. And it really does feel like you're sleeping in a living museum.
Kelsey has a question about Villisca, if we don't mind answering.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I'm trying to keep up. I'm really bad at this stuff, guys.
We have at least 3 people in the chat here that have been there as well that could weigh in too.
Yeah.
Michael and Jen and Marcel.
Michael went there alone. That house has no power.
Else has been there and I didn't know. I know for sure those guys have.
I don't think we've brought things
Jim,
home.
you should come over here.
Right?
We'll get this figured out eventually.
I know. One of these days, the credit from Delta Airlines. Hey, it's in the wind.
Do we think the World Trade Center is haunted? I got an easy answer for that. If all the rules apply to everywhere else tragedy is struck, then one must assume perhaps.
Yeah, it depends on the logic you apply to how a haunting works.
I don't know. Those stories are probably pretty underground right now because of how new that tragedy is. You know, the people that work in the new building and on the property.
Anyone who constructed the memorial,
something, but they're not going to go talking about that right now.
That's too sensitive. It's certainly possible. And if I can leave a post on my Instagram for like to be seen in 100 years, hey, are there ghosts in New York City? Good, we got another place.
Kelsey says, I heard some dude stabbed himself in the 2010s who did a hunt there and was found with self-inflicted stab wounds in one of the rooms. Do you know anything about that?
They had that man come right back on Kindred Spirits, right?
Spirits, yep.
And they gave there was also an interview from the guy. He was there with his parents. He was like our age with his parents. My parents would never go ghost hunting. They don't even watch our damn videos. Are you kidding? But this man was a grown-ass man. Sorry, my language tonight.
Yeah,
Halloween.
What the heck
Halloween.
is going on here?
And he went.
Don't swear.
The main. Listen, they've had a hard time in the afterlife. The man was in the house alone when he said he felt something come over him, and he stabbed himself in the chest. And the interview that was done, I think last year or the year before, seemed to lay out a lot more detail and give the guy the ability to talk about it. And the way he comes across, it sounds really, really messed up. And I don't want to say every last thing that he went through was true or not, but it sounds like he really went through something in there to cause him. What would you have to do to want to stab yourself to the point of needing to go to the hospital?
He felt he was being acted upon by an outside force, so that he didn't want to stab himself.
Right.
I don't know if he was acted upon by an outside force,
or if he just really took it too far for himself. Like, was
I learned a whole lot in a conjuring house about how you can mentally snowball in one of these places. There's a dog in the hotel.
Let's go say hello to it. This is a pet-friendly hotel.
Or is there?
Did you know that?
Yeah, there is.
It's a dog.
But yeah, I learned a lot about how you can mentally snowball in one of these places when things start going wrong, or you perceive them to. I definitely think things were going wrong in that instance for me, but I had to get a grip and get out.
I wasn't going to
stop
them. I did go back in to try to do an
hard
Estes method, but
hard to deny anyone else's experience. But was I going to stab myself in there? No. It's pretty extreme, but I don't know.
It's a really dang weird situation because I can't think of any other place where somebody has gone to extreme violence on themselves or others because of that. Like you hear it on other TV shows with dead air.
Ghost dog. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to be pets in here.
It's a pet-friendly hotel. It is.
Well, where's Ruth?
It's really hard to live stream with our dog. Just say.
Yeah,
because walking the dog would have to be all the way down and outside. I saw a dog in the hallway earlier, and it was like, because I lose myself. Sorry, guys. What else we got going on?
What was the most impactful place you visited? Different answer for both of us, but you go first.
You'd be surprised. I'm going to say Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum because I went down a rabbit hole afterward on the history. And I even found footage of it in use as a hospital in like the 80s and stuff.
Oh, you went down the rabbit hole before, too.
It's just so damn interesting to me. And then, and then to look at what I was writing for the Feminine Macabre was like, oh my goodness, I need more stories. And to be able to see that place in person, it almost kind of, like, it's scary as hell. It's absolutely scary as hell. But it kind of made me take the hauntings aside and just be like, wow, I am in this place where people lived for 100 and change years. This is it. This is what they saw. This is what they had. Those are wood floors. That's 100 and some years of nasty substances on those floors. It's all like the imprints of everything that has been there. It's almost like you can hear it echo. I don't know. That place lasted with me because it's so freaky, because it's so real.
For me, it was probably OSR, because that was the first time that I went to a place and I experienced hauntings that I could not deny.
Sarah.
This stuff was like happening, and I heard voices, and you could feel it all. It kind of gave me a great reference point to go forward with. That was 2019, our first trip there. Mm-hmm. And that was probably the most impactful on me as a ghost hunter, and impacted my understanding of the paranormal and affects how I investigate now.
We had a lot happen to us in that one night. And you go into a place to investigate, and of course your hopes are way up. You're like, I'm going to get good footage and we're going to have a great time and everything's going to go smooth.
Sarah Ferguson is here.
And that one kind of blew my mind because it was more after the fact that we found EVPs and weird things that was just like, are you kidding? This happened while we were in this place this whole time, which is the most fun surprise. But I mean, yeah, that was a weird place. I will always go back to OSR. I think many of you will too, because it's just, what a spot. And it's so freaky. Any place that has a long ass corridor with open dark doorways, woohoo! That gets into your brain.
We went back with the Fellowship of the Bat.
Oh God.
It was just as good. Not quite as intense as the first time, at least for me. But definitely awesome though. Like, it was still happening. Like, you could still feel the charge. We did have some interesting things happen there, for sure. But the thing that got me the first time was the voice I heard, the first disembodied voice out loud that I couldn't deny and I could understand clearly. It was, don't.
That's so
I asked if I could put something in the hallway. I said, don't. And it echoed and everything. Nobody was around. I had the whole half of the prison to myself.
Weird. It's just weird because where does this stuff come from? That's why I posed this question the other day. Like, is it people? How do we know? Sometimes it doesn't seem like people at all. And that's where it's like, what are we messing with? Like, do I need to go put some rocks in my pocket, say a prayer, do a thing, call an expert, because it gets weird. And I sometimes think that some of the interactions we have aren't anything to do with people. It's just and we don't have a really cool investigator witch out there in the world said we just have so many things we don't have words for yet. And that sentence just stuck. Like, damn, dude, that's it. We don't even have words for half this stuff, or the things that we see that are either really fleeting. And sometimes we see stuff that seems to last several seconds. I've had one of those. And now that I realize it was 2011, that's 10 years ago. That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen happen. A whole last decade's gone by, and it's still the most profound thing. Of course, recently it was
this too. From J&M.
What we got?
Said when you get an EVP that says I killed the whole family, referring to Villisca, then you know some crazy shit went on there. Yeah.
It's just such a dark story.
Yep.
It's sometimes a little rough too, because all of the not all, but most of the places where people investigate are places that have really nasty, nasty things that have happened. And we go there in high spirits. All right, I'm on fire.
My paranormal diary says I've yet to be able to investigate any place worth it. Seems to cost too much money. Do you have people that you go with, or?
It always costs money to rent the big ones. A hell of a lot of money. Which when you think about the square footage and the liability, well, you all sign a waiver. Yeah, the price does make sense, but it also makes it extremely inaccessible to most people, and that's just a fact.
Unless you have a group to go with, you know. Yep, solo investigator. Well, hey, hit us up.
All right, there's all other people out there. We make content, you know. And that is one of the hardest things about even when starting Full Dark. It was like, how am I going to do this? Like before Ryan and I were together, it was like, I just hope some of my friends will want to go with me because I can't do this by myself. Like, what the hell? So
sometimes
it's rough. It can be rough. I forgot what I was talking about before, but we're going to read some comments now. So we're all just going to look down here like it's a J.C. Penney picture. Everybody look off like something's happening to the left.
I'm trying to monitor it. I need to get better at.
Remember those? I used to have to do those with my family, like the church family portraits, where everybody just looks slightly to the left.
Amy's the one that can blather on for a while, so
I talk to myself normally. So what's up? What's going on? What else? Do we have any more
keep it on the rails.
Questions? I'm off the rails constantly. Oh my God. The fact that we're vlogging, look out. I have to trim a lot of footage down.
Yeah, Kelsey's talking about the ethics of investigating places like Villisca and the asylums. We struggled.
That's hard.
With it.
It's hard. In Trans-Allegheny, that one, we didn't put the word lunatic because the place was only named Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum for like 1 year. And when it was opened, they did away with that name and called it the Weston State Hospital. At one point, it was like the West State Hospital for the Insane. By 1920, we were like, nah, it's not a good word. And yet now we use that.
It's okay to say lunatic, but don't you dare say creature. Don't you ever say that.
Should we go over that again? That's hilarious. But anyway, but the ethics of going into an asylum is tough as it's sensitive. That's a marginalized community that we are not all necessarily a part of. So who the hell are we to run in there and be like, show us your ghosts? Who were you? Oh my God, I can't believe people lived in these conditions. Well, I think we need to come to a time where we can do better than that.
Francisco asks, are you ever afraid of encountering something evil?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I'm not religious in the slightest.
Good and evil, not necessarily
so I don't
positive and I guess negative or angry or pleasant.
But that's people too. Like,
well, I feel like I've experienced something unpleasant. That's for sure. Something that didn't want me there.
Like, yeah, that you can experience that. But
evil, I don't know.
That also depends on maybe a person's definition of evil, or if it's just something inherently bad, then maybe. But I don't think it has any. It's kind of the same as meeting people. Like if I go to a party of some stranger, which never goddamn happen, I would worry about who I'm going to meet there, who might be threatening to me in different ways. It's the same as going into a haunted place. Like, it might be threatening. I said this in the last vlog. What's a safe investigation? What's a safe investigation?
Yeah, You know,
I don't think it
we don't want to
exists.
downplay it. You know, there's people in here that I'm sure take things like that
Well,
very
yeah,
seriously.
and you're
but-
allowed to, and that's
And we're
fine.
not like big and bad because we're not scared of the
It's
old
just-
demons.
It's just something
but
that doesn't cross
we
our
don't
mindset
really
when we go into
Believe
it.
in
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And you know what? At the Conjuring House, we got the word devil through an ITC device. And how do I know that's not just something throwing that out because it thinks I'm going to be scared? Doesn't know me very well.
We don't know. If that's something that thinks of itself that way, that's something we're also not going to
But
be able to determine.
It put a little fear in me, more so the way that the word came through. But I don't know.
That doesn't worry me because there's nothing, because in my mind, there's nothing I'm going to do that I can know for certain 100% hands down is going to work to keep me safe. And it all comes down to unless you believe it. Well, if I don't believe that I've got all the technique and all the answers to go in and be like, I'm perfectly protected, then I ain't going to try. I'm not going to do it.
Kelsey
I'm
says,
just going
so
to go
you
have an
don't believe in
experience.
a good old demon?
Not really. But I wasn't also, that comes from Catholicism. I wasn't raised Catholic. No one in my family has any. It's not part of my entire upbringing to be afraid of certain things.
Hold on, I gotta stop you here. Ian says my music is brilliant. I'm brilliant. My music's great, but I'm brilliant.
Ryan is brilliant. Adam Maitland is brilliant. Your afterlife music.
Thank you.
Ian.
Thank you so much.
So no,
Yeah, we
I don't
like
think
to-
we worry very much about it.
Oh, and gold standard stuff. Oh,
My
guys.
paranormal diary. Yeah, same way. If it happens, it happens. And it's like when we went to Villisca, it felt like we were inundated with the feeling of the place after the fact. And it just seemed to be like, I don't want to say it was causing software issues while we were editing a video, but it was causing more of a head trip. That's the most I could say I'd have to think about after the fact. And it's not something I go in and go, oh no, I'm going to need to protect myself ahead. I'm going to go in and have an experience because I don't want to stop. I also don't want to do anything to stop us from having an experience or stop any sort of communication or interaction from happening because of something I did ahead of time to stave something off. So I think I purposely just go in like, don't you mess with me, I won't mess with you. And that's the extent of my
Got another one.
prep.
Rob's Classic Commercials and Retro Stuff asks, have you ever had a spirit tell you who killed them? I had a female spirit once tell me her uncle killed her. When I was in my bedroom, my condo was built on an old drain lake that was surrounded by farms. I'll answer that quickly. Almost, I think, the cold case of Hazel Drew.
Oh yeah,
We had some weird stuff on the spirit box.
I know it's
The
a spirit box.
But there was indications of some weirdness with that case. You'll have to watch the video to understand that more, but almost it could have been perceived that way, I suppose. Yeah. And
Maybe. That's the crazy thing that makes you think, all right, maybe some of this is absolutely deceased people. That's the kind of stuff that gets your brain just spinning into it. And I would like to think that consciousness continues because like I think I have things to think about after. Like I'm not going to want to stop thinking or talking to myself after I die. So there better be a dimension where I can just keep going and doing this.
Kelsey wants to know what our thoughts are on the Conjuring house and the haunt that happened there. Are you talking about like the history, the historical haunt and the Warrens and all that, or what we experienced?
The Warrens are not my favorite couple. Satanic Panic. Ruined lives. They directly did that. That's me. That's all.
Oh boy, I'm brilliant and handsome now.
You are brilliant and handsome. Oh my God, look at him. Take a picture, it'll last longer. Get a screenshot of it. No, I'm kidding. Please don't do it. The Conjuring is weird because you know what's neat is I only knew about it obviously from like reading the internet since Google finally got going like 20 years or something. And I didn't get to really know a ton about it or understand what happened until we got to listen to Andrea Perrin on Paranormal Truth. And if they would bring back their podcast, I would be very happy for Monday nights. But just drop that note to them if you want.
Yeah.
But
yeah, kind
so
of
good
missed
to
that.
see them again. Oh my God. But J&M are just
The
losing their
Supernatural
stuff.
show is freaking awesome. I missed that.
I know. They've
was
got to be up to
great.
doing other things at this point. It's been a whole ass panini. Who knows what's going on? Oh my God.
I tried to tell them about my UFO encounter and I got cut off right at the point where it got good. Like,
Oh yeah.
I left. I don't think I've ever seen Dale or Justin truly speechless before.
Well, that's a
but
weird
I did.
story. You should vlog that. Let's just put that on our channel.
I
That shit
can.
was
I
weird.
will.
I don't have alien stories. This guy's got alien stories.
I got an alien story. I
don't want that. I don't want that.
Well,
I'm one of those people that's like, if there's shit up there, you can stay, you can look. I don't need to know. That freaks me out, man, because it's so far out of my control. Like if I start thinking about asteroids that might hit the Earth, I'm just like, oh God, under the covers. We're not coming out today. Shit's bad.
Well, you're gorgeous now.
Oh, thank you. I'm Barbara May. I almost called her Deborah. Jesus Christ. I'm Nancy Maitland.
Anyways, yeah, Chelsea wanted to know about what we thought about the haunting and the
You know what's messed up about the Conjuring house is I believe Andrea Perron. Like I believe the Perron family. I don't always believe the people that go there afterward. Because there's a lot of bad actors out there, but at the same time, I believe him. Yeah. I believe us. I believe Jane. I believe the people that are believable to me, who I've come to be able to trust. Something is there in that house because you saw it. You wouldn't react like that if God
There's something in there.
But I don't know if it's just a really old thing. What was it called? I don't know. At John's. What the hell is that house called? The original farmhouse name?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
The house on Round.
No, it was the something house. The people who originally, the Arnold house. Holy cripe, Amy, use your brain cells.
That was it.
And I wonder if it has to do with just that family.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just people that live there.
No, definitely something is there.
But
absolutely.
Like I do believe the Perrons. I don't believe the Warrens because Andrea lays it out. Like this isn't news, but just the way she talks about the way the Warren family, the Warren couple, Lorraine and Ed there showed up to their house. She lays it out straight. Like her father, Roger, did not like them, wanted them out of there. I think that lets everybody know what the Warrens were after in the history of what they did in the 70s and 80s.
Somewhat exploitative, I would say.
I feel like they knew they were onto a good idea. But as far as that house, yeah, it's old as dirt, man. Well, it's older than God, as my dad would say. And I feel like, yes, this is sometimes places that have had a long, long, long human history just have echoes left. And there's something there, but I didn't get to see it. What we got?
Francisco wants to know what happens when you need to poop on an investigation and you're out of the middle of nowhere.
Well, there's two people here who do two different things. I grew up as a Girl Scout, going out in the woods, being in the woods, and I will pull up a tree, as they say, however a goddamn person needs to, whenever a person needs to.
I don't think you had to, though. I haven't. Not recently. Either. I haven't.
We've been inside a lot.
Yeah, there's a surprising number of working facilities in these places.
But not in Villisca, not in the house. You have to leave the house to go to a barn that has
that's fine too,
electricity. But
it hasn't happened yet.
No.
When we're in bandos, that's a whole nother story.
I've peed in Grossingers.
Oh, what? What?
I peed in
Grossingers. I know you did. I had to shield you. Two people that are in this chat were in the building with us. Yeah.
I've peed in different places.
It's honesty night in full dark.
Well, what do you expect? You're in an abandoned place. There's no goddamn plumbing. You gotta pee.
Way to watch them all leave. Look the numbers go down.
Fine, go down.
Oh, it actually went up.
You'll come back later. You'll troll us.
Chris has some alien stories as well. I'd love to hear.
I'm gonna show that one. It's so weird that YouTube eats people's comments. I did a lot of events with Andrea throughout the years, and that poor woman took so much crap. Everyone thought she was full of shit when her stories came out. Exactly. It's not like she would write multiple books for no reason. I mean, there's people that make things, but she is so genuine when you hear her talk on every single podcast and interview. Her story doesn't change. And she's told it for 40 years. 50,
I would love for her to see the experience I had in that place, because I believe her 100% when she tells her stories.
That's what's crazy.
I saw a shadow figure, and that thing was not friendly, and I saw it up in their bedroom area where, a lot of things happened to her.
I was looking the other way.
It was... So was the camera, unfortunately. I don't know if we'd have caught it anyways, but I saw that. That freaked me out to a point. It was like seeing, I don't know, you're driving down the highway and you see a horrific car wreck or something like that. It's like your eyes shouldn't be seeing this. And it caused one single tear to roll out of my eye as soon as I looked at it.
It's very dramatic.
I wasn't like crying. It was just like looking at it caused a tear to come out.
It changes your whole... Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. She made me stay in there longer and try to do an Estes method herself, and it was just
I'm selfish. I wanted an experience.
getting the same words over and over again. Leave, run.
That was messed up because when we went back in to do the Estes method in the Conjuring house, I heard the words "get out" in a voice lower than I can try. To like, you know, the movie voice in a world. I can't even do it. It was lower than that, and it was a clear as get out. I've never heard that through the damn spirit box, and I can't explain the science of
let
a
alone
freaking spirit box.
Over and over and over.
That was like, oh, dude, so, I think we might just want to go home. We're only 3 hours to drive. I drove. I sped. I booked it.
I'm not going back in there. I don't think. I don't see a reason to anymore.
Yeah, I feel bad for Bathsheba too. Dragged through the mud. 150 years later, 200 years later. You know what? Let's make sure we put on our tombstones, like, I'm not a ghost now, you jerks. Don't try it. Go get my biography out of the Bethlehem Central Library and read, I don't know, safeguard against future ghost crappy stories. What do you do? There's nothing you can do. You're dead, brah. You're dead. We're all, yeah. Just make yourself a really cool tombstone, I think. That's the only thing you can hope to do. How do you protect against that? You can't. There's a story. There's one, Sean will know, the Burn Witch. Jen and I went up to that that cemetery where there's this local legend about a woman who was a witch because her headstone was the only plot in a little cemetery on the top of a mountain. I do mean the top of one, with a wrought iron gate that looked really different. It looked more like tridents, I think. It was just kind of strange looking. So it was a woman who obviously must have been a witch, and she died young because she was killed, and it was absolute crap. And an entire group of people came together to find her personal history, which was written down. There were journals, what she died of, who her husband was, where her descendants went. And it turns out she was just a nice German immigrant who happened to die at like 21 when she was already a mom, and it was sad. And her husband loved her so much, he got her like the nice plot in the cemetery. It was also young. She wasn't a witch. And it's been righted, but we can't. It feels impossible to try and go around and do that for every person.
2 weeks ago, he said.
Nice. Take some photos and send them. And what were you doing? What were you doing?
You fishing?
You can't fish up there. There's no water. You fishing for
he'll
bones?
Find a way.
Yeah, but that's another story.
Not underestimate Sean.
Right? There's another story where it's like people just, they desecrated the gravesite so bad they had to remove the stone permanently. That's not normal. Yeah. And dude, if you read the articles about the Conjuring house when the movie first came out, and I did watch the first movie again like 2 weeks ago because I was like, let's go back in old school, baby. It's been long enough. And the third one. So I watched it. And then I found I go down rabbit holes, but I found some articles about what the old owner of that house went through, and it was hell. People walking right up to her windows. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is it worth $2 million now? I don't know. They made a hell of a business and they know it.
Yeah.
But we got to tell them, when we were at the Conjuring house, we walked outside to take a break, and
Jesus.
Right across the street, there's a house with a hill of a driveway, and all of a sudden, two people come walking out that driveway, and they start going, woo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the neighbors know exactly what's happening there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were mocking us. Like, bro, head on in there.
All right, go.
Dare ya. Right now, go in there right now.
It's like a caveat. Like, of course, I want to experience this place in person. This was Andrew's damn house. It was the house, but also people live around here, and I try to be respectful and not mess with people. I don't want to hurt or bother people just for a stupid hobby. Shit. So it's kind of one of those, oh dear, situations. Not like we're loud or anything. Mostly ghost hunters tend not to be loud because you want to hear things in the ether, in the quiet.
Yes, you can tell real investigators from the Hollywood investigators, indeed. Indeed.
Should I tell you about the first time I saw a particular video? I won't mention the channel, you can guess it.
Nature Man is here. Howdy.
Cheers, mate. So the first time I saw one of the big channels of the paranormal, this was like 4 years ago, and I'm sure you can guess the name. It rhymes with Gomer Fosh. And he walks into a room in an abandoned building. He's like, wow, this is crazy. There's candles set up on the floor. There's a pentagram. Oh my God. He walks out of the room. He like looks at the camera's on his nose really close and shit. He walks back into the room and all the candles are lit. And I was like, oh, this is the internet and the paranormal. We can't compete for shit. There's nothing we can do. Nothing you can do. But
I'll take that stuff.
It would be cool if that were real. But that was my first. That was my first foray into, oh, this is what people are doing with the paranormal and the internet. Of course you can tell. I guess if you're young, you might not be able to tell. I come from just before the internet got going, so I feel like I have like a leg up on people. If I was here before Wi-Fi, well, me and everybody older than me, dummy. But you'd think you want people to be able to tell the difference. But no. Kelsey, have you ever been to? No, you haven't been to the Sally house. And that one gets a weird reputation because people come out of it being like, well, that was the most haunted house I've ever been in. It's the sound of a spirit box, baby. Everybody's favorite.
I have to do it quick because the batteries are very low.
Oh, Ryan's going to do an Estes method.
You guys ask some questions. Let's try this.
I want to go to the Sally house.
I don't think we've done this before.
People say it's either really haunted or really not.
Here we go.
Oh, no, this means I have to look at the questions. Crap. I invented the internet. I never smart. Can you hear me? Oh, you're out. You can see me.
Hold on. That is so loud. Oh my God. I've never heard it that loud before.
You got it in the right hole?
Woo!
That's what she said.
Yeah, I do.
Ghost Adventures is another fun one there. Paranormal Diet. When it was in like 2006, 2007, it was fun because they would like walk through the place they were in with the audience, and that was fun. That's what people kind of want to watch on YouTube now as well.
What the heck is going on? Yeah.
There
we go.
Oh, good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Woogity boogity. No? Good. All right. Anybody got questions? We're still doing this? We're going? All right. You want to go to the haunted? I don't even want. He'll go to the haunted museum. I don't want to because of the Dybbuk box. You. Who do you mean?
Move over.
Fine. Can you tell us your name? Zach Bagan's your hero. My butt. Dude, the interweb is the internet's scary, dude. It's gotten really big in the last 20 years since it got really fast, and there's too many rabbit holes to go down. Can you tell us the name of this hotel? We should go to Texas. I've been to Texas. I went to the Alamo. I didn't know it was a small building. I thought it was a giant thing. I'm from New York. What do you want? I was 12. Can you tell us the name?
It was there.
It was there. What was there?
No.
The usual question when it comes to this method, which I do love for taking that confirmation bias out. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? That is loud as hell. He's going to need hearing aids. I couldn't think of the word in like a year. We haven't tried building a portal box because we have literally everything in our house for his instruments that would make them. So we've done it, but not on purpose. Because he has reverb pedals. He has different amplifiers that we could use to do it as well. And just stick that cord in the spirit box. I can't think of words. Hey, holy, he's yelling in a hotel. It's a good thing there are dogs here that can bark and distract. Taps were good until sci-fi. You're right. You're right. Until sci-fi, until it became sci-fi or whatever, and now sci-fi. Dude, remember when that started?
I'm dying. This thing is so loud.
Scared the crap out of me.
Oh my God. It won't turn down. Is this thing malfunctioning? Oh my God, that's so loud.
Well, do it open air. See what happens instead.
It's
Is it creepy? You said you. There's a haunted museum in Cameron, West Virginia. Oh, Paranormal Quest. Steve Hummel. I've heard of him. I've heard there's a few people who have the personal collections, and it's not just Tony Spera, but in his basement of his in-laws' old stuff, the Warrens.
You got something wrong with this.
Do we ever scare each other? He scares me every day.
We have something wrong with this thing.
No.
Yeah, it's not producing any sound.
It's the ghosts of the hotel. Put it in the top one. Yeah.
It's very quiet. Now it's very quiet. Oh my goodness.
Well, that's weird. You brought your good. Yay. Tomorrow we're going to watch J&M
There,
Explorations.
I got it.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
He's still yelling. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? You're not supposed to be hearing me. That's the point. Oh, man. All right. I'd really like to know the name of someone who's in here with us, or maybe who this woman in blue is. Lovely color. Did you guys hear that? That sounded like something in the room behind me. Yo, if those curtains move, you type something fast. God damn it. That was weird. That didn't sound next door, but we are in a hotel, and it's hard to investigate these places because how do you know if there's people down there and up there and on either? Ugh. But weird things have happened. It's a lot of with this too. But subscribe to Discovery Plus because of all the we have Discovery. Well, I do on my phone. I have Discovery Plus because of all the ghosts. Everything went there. Like if I want to watch an old episode of Ghost Adventures, I'm gonna turn on this telephone and look at the thingy that they've done. What's going on? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like the Estes method stuff because now you have to do it, Jen and Marcel, which is fun. What's the name of this hotel? Say the name of this hotel. And I sit there like I'm going to get an answer like that, and which is, it's really annoying because sometimes that really happens and it feels like you get an answer on point. It's like on brand that tracks quick. And other times you're sitting there for a half an hour going, tell me your name. Tell me your name. Please, for the love of God, do you have a name? And that's why it's ambiguous, but that's part of the fun. Destination Truth. I love Destination Truth. Oh, sorry.
Very sorry here. This thing is malfunctioning. I get skipping. It's going through the sweeps and then it just stops. I listened to half a Cranberries song.
Well, at least it was the Cranberries.
Yeah, it was Zombie. How appropriate.
Well, that's weird. We'll have to look at it.
Where's my glasses? I'm back, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
That's weird. That's weird.
I don't know what's up.
That's suspicious. Remember that TikTok? All right. Yeah, you can still watch all. Oh my God, I love. You know, did you guys ever watch? Did you guys? We tried. I asked for a name. And I asked for the name of the hotel. You ever watch what's the goddamn show? Stranded. Also a Josh Gates show where he takes people to different haunted locations. There were only like 10 episodes or something. And he strands these people with a self-facing camera and their own cameras and a little pile of equipment, and they just go through the whole place on their own. I loved that show. Loved it. Loved it. Paranormal show. Well, yeah, they make you angry. Oh my God, we have so many shows. You must too in the UK where they have like interviews and reactions.
Bye, Jem.
Bye, Jem. We love you. We'll see you in person one day. I swear to God. Look out
soon. I hope.
Right. Everybody have a great Halloween. We're not gonna go forever and ever because it's Halloween Eve. There's bazillions of people doing things. There's videos to watch, but yeah. Oh, you wanted to be on that show too. Oh my God, let's do a Stranded episode. Let's all get together and do our own Stranded episode. I also want to do an MTV Sphere, but it's like FDP Sphere because we were Full Dark Production, so I was gonna call it FDP Sphere, but I don't know. It'd be cool. I would even make like a PowerPoint presentation to like give different clues, and each team member picks a different color. Oh, dude, let's do that. Let's do that. It's 2022, baby. Making plans. I just can't follow through with yet, but we'll try. We'll try. If you want to be part of Full Dark Sphere, send us an email.
They're all American shows on UK TV. Really?
We can get their shows too.
Yeah,
how do you think I hacked Most Haunted for like the last 10 years? It wasn't aired here forever. There's another one too I used to watch. Chris Fleming was part of something over there. One of your shows.
I like the fictitious TV show. Well, I guess Most Haunted would count.
This is pretty fictitious. Boy, that poor Derek dude, man, they got him good on that debunking. He's probably he could be a nice guy. I don't know. Any of these assholes could be a nice guy. There's some paranormal personalities we don't love, but we don't know them in person either. So it's hard to say, but the way some people come off is like, rubbing the wrong way, baby. But
everybody wants in on this idea.
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's goddamn do this. Why has nobody goddamn done? Who do
calling
I know? Who do
Josh
you
right
think?
now.
Dude, if you have Gates's number and can get
Yeah.
us into Seaview Terrace in Newport, Rhode Island, dramatic glasses removal.
Get
do
us
it.
into his house.
Swear to God, bro.
Cool too.
We got to see Josh Gates once live.
He's
a person. He's a big guy and he's a big personality, but he seems really true to who he is. And
he's awesome.
I want his job.
Great learning from him firsthand what his life was like before he got on television. He was like, destitute.
I remember Paranormal Kids. Yes,
it's pretty great.
I watched all of Psychic Kids. I watched all of that. I don't know what I think of it anymore. Excuse me, Diet Coke really gets me these days, but I think like since I watched it until now, my mind has changed a little. And as far as how I look at it, and I've also gone through a period of changing my mind. Like I was all in on so many different things and dark energy, and you have to be careful. And this was like 10 years ago. And then I was just kind of like, maybe I don't believe this crap.
Kelsey's coming to America next year.
Yes.
Oh,
to
yeah?
do full dark sphere.
Are you
Good.
coming to New York?
Why
you
wouldn't
should come
you?
to New York. Come see us.
You better come to a spooky place. We'll take you to
So
Sleepy
mad
Hollow.
we did not get to do the Skirrid and all that.
That's
That
crazy.
couldn't have been more unfortunate timing.
Mind Seed. Do I know that one? Yeah, Newport. J&M, y'all know Newport. Newport. God bless it. Yeah, I wonder if we can see Josh. I wonder if these people are ever doing live shows again. I'll go.
I'm sure.
Right? I've been shot twice, ready for a third, ready to go do some things.
What are we doing again this year around Thanksgiving time? Well, two things, but
I was like, wait, what? We're going to the Omni Mount Washington Hotel, and we're gonna hang out with Amy Bruni again. Some people like her, some people don't. Some people like Adam Berry, some people don't. I've been able to speak to them and get a handle on who they are, and they're
cool.
Yeah, they're genuine people. If it was hosted by Ghost Adventures, we wouldn't be going.
Well, speak for yourself. I mean,
have fun. Would you go to the Haunted Museum? You want to go to the Haunted Museum?
I do.
I want to stand outside with my arms crossed, all in a huff.
I'm not going there for,
giving it faces.
For them. I would want to go there to see the objects he's collected because they are interesting and of note.
Can you do the tour of the Haunted Museum without going in the Dybbuk box room and just
New
like giving it the
San
finger as you
Fran,
walk
and
by?
Florida. Oh yeah, when you come to New York, Kelsey, we gotta meet up.
San Fran, I've never been there. That's not fair.
You're getting around over here,
right? That's some flights, man.
Yeah.
I hate driving more than 6 hours. I've heard of that. What else are people saying?
Seed with Casey Nolan on YouTube.
Google
so
that.
Take a look.
Yeah. There's certain channels that are just like, oh, we're doing this. But when I saw that dude with the candles lit, it might have been the other dude, Grow Fargy, you know what I'm talking about, where he lit somebody was obviously in the building and lit I was like, really? How do you compete with this garbage?
Did you say Girl Fungi?
Yeah, his name's
Girl Fungi on YouTube.
His name's what's his? Whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to try not to call it, but you know what I'm saying. As far as whoever said, you can tell the real from you can tell somebody's genuine reaction. I mean, if you're over the age of 2.
Museum. Yep, that'd be awesome to see.
He no, it was Tony Spera and Annabelle, and well, Zaffis is related, but they all were at a Paracon. I saw some photos from our friend Mari who saw the real Annabelle. She got pretty close too. I don't know if she asked permission or has anything coming with her, but
Below Bargy.
Below Bargy. There you go. We all know. And as far as entertainment goes, they're killing it. They have found what to do, and it works. They are killing it. It's not bad to watch. They're good at what they do. There's tons of people are good at what they do. God bless it, are they good with this stupid machine? But the inauthenticity really just doesn't sit right with some. And I guess I'm one of those people that's like, man, you can do something different with that. But that's all. You don't have to not watch it. I'm not going to be one to tell you not to. But when I saw how easy it was to fake for the internet with just using your video camera, like, yeah, just do that. We'll just edit it. It's like, damn, what a gives you that feeling. But we have fun. We do we try to just experience what we want is weird stuff to happen. That's all we want. Okay. And we want to be pointing the camera the right way. Fingers crossed. Who knows? You had the camera. Ryan was holding the camera so steady in Waverly Hills. Did you see the amount of bats just holy crap. I couldn't even see them because I was just in the dark.
I saw him.
He saw every one of those bats. Meanwhile, I'm just like, all right, well, we're good. I'm just going to stand against the wall. Like, it's going to freaking out. And he had the camera pointed directly at where we were looking when we all saw something. Oh my God, at the same dang time. Did the camera get what we saw? No. It got something.
Yeah, it did. That was one of our best pieces of visual evidence to date, right there.
And
That
it's
was
a little
awesome.
blip of light. It's just a little blip of light, and that's the best. That's how hard this is.
Yep.
Dang it.
I'm starting to wonder if our high definition infrared actually works against us, and the fact that seeing this activity is harder for it. I don't know.
So if you have a
We brought this up before,
VHS video camera from Woolworths from 1985, mail that to us.
Bust
We'll
that
get
thing
some.
up.
We'll get some
Yeah.
cassette. We'll get some old VHS tapes, and we'll put that to use.
I want one of
swear
those
to
so
God,
bad. I want one of those so bad.
they're out there, but I don't want a VCR anymore. Probably on purpose.
We can find one.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Lauren Coleman's Crypto Museum in Portland, Maine?
No.
Nope.
But Portland's
That'd
not
be
that
awesome.
far. We can drive to that. My mom loves Portland. She keeps trying to get us to go to Maine all the time. So it's probably time we did that again. We went to Maine once. It's right there,
yeah.
but we didn't. I don't go very often. And
Kelsey
it's
says
nice.
we can meet the people from Most Haunted if we come to England.
Yes, please. What is that lady's name?
Yvette Fielding.
That's right. Yvette Fielding. I need to meet her. She's probably, again, people are probably nice in person, but
all I can imagine
what they
them
do for
walking
TV
around
is
with
weird.
a pocket full of rocks. If you've
Dude.
seen it, you know what I mean.
Oh my God, wasn't it Paranormal Truth who showed the whole clip of one guy with a rope around his damn waist, just like, oh, I've been yanked up this stair. Oh, dude, that's like bold fake. That's like bold ass faking.
Rob asks if we watch Amy's Crypt.
Yes, we do. Of course we do. Her name is Amy, first of all, and I'm an Amy, so I have to watch because we both like ghosts. Second of all, her and her husband have got that shit in the bag. They are good at what they do. Good at. I feel also really bad for her right now because they built their channel on traveling the world, and where are we all stuck?
Mm-hmm.
We're all stuck. And that sucks. And so I completely understand how they feel with not having, they weren't able to do Halloween stuff like they wanted, but they pull out content that's brilliant. And they've done so since the beginning. They've done it incredibly smart. Do I have GhostTube? Yes.
What about the suicide forest in Japan? Would you go?
I would
Says
go,
Francisco.
but I wouldn't ghost hunt because that's where
Right.
people have hurt themselves. That's not good. I don't want to talk to people who, I don't want to find those ghosts. Would I want to see the forest because it looks absolutely crazy looking? Totally.
Yeah.
Is it scary? Yes. Would I probably stand outside the forest at the edge of the trees like, wow? Yes, that's pretty much how I take in sights. Wow. That's me on vacation. I would do that. I would take a hike, but a short one because all I could think about is Destination no, stupid, not that show. Destination Truth. Oh my God, I called it Dakota Layden show. Negative points to me. No points to Gryffindor. Destination Truth went
Destination
there.
Fear. That means we're gonna find our way to fear no matter what.
We're all gonna scream. We scream a lot.
If it's not scary, it's gonna be scary.
They scream.
Tamara makes a good point. Whoa. Tamara makes a really good point.
Say it. Tell me.
That people who are filmmakers make scary movies, and people who investigate shouldn't fake evidence. They should maybe make movies instead. That's how I interpret it.
Right, because they're good at entertaining. Why don't they just do a big long one? This is GhostTube. You don't see us use apps on our videos because, at least for me, I don't feel like it really leaves a very paranormal experience with me. And I'm always going to try to use my eyes and my ears first. But that being said, I don't think we've given an honest try to GhostTube in the past, and I think we probably should. We're at the point in the way we investigate where we go, let's try everything. Try it all. That's why we have an EDI in the show. Where did that guy go? I don't know. We've taken on the Estes method from Carl Pfeiffer and Connor Randall and Michelle Tate. I try to credit at least Carl and Connor in our videos, or at least put it in the description. Give credit where credit's due. The recent experiment with infrasound was all a man named Jason Herod. I want to put these people's names in our stuff. So we try everything. We try everything. You show them your app there. That's the one that comes out the most.
This is the one I use the most.
And you'll see it in our videos, or you'll hear it.
iOvilus. There you go.
Yeah.
It is a Bill Chappell device.
I love her voice. She has smoked a cigarette every second.
Check this out.
For her entire life.
Ovilus.
I don't like her.
Ovilus.
I don't like
A
her.
little bit older.
Ovilus.
No, give me my lady back.
Ovilus.
Yeah. She's the woman in Beetlejuice, you know, who's got the.
Ovilus. Ovilus.
You want us candid? Here we are. I'm sorry.
Ovilus.
Off. Off. Oh.
Ovilus.
Now, somebody want to take that audio and remix it, put that on a TikTok, we're good to go.
Ovilus. Ovilus. Ovilus.
Ooh, see, you have a good one, huh? About the Ovilus app. Sometimes it works, though. Sometimes it says stuff where you're just like, come on. Why would it say that now? That's what's weird. I'll give it
Maybe it'll
that.
say something now.
I owned an Ovilus, the device back in 2017, and I
Yeah,
promise
that's a
you.
new song for sure. That's a new theme song
It
debuted
is.
tonight.
Yes. And if you take the SD card out of an Ovilus machine and put it in the computer, you can see how it's programmed, and you can
16
click each
millimeters.
file, and it'll show you that when they record the word devil, the woman and the man that he had recorded goes devil, and when they say mommy, they go mommy on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, oh, really? We're going to put some Eric Cartman quotes in this machine, and we're going to sell it on eBay. And that's exactly what I did, because I'm a nice person.
Marcel and Jen are asking, have we ever filmed anything in 16 millimeter? I am kind of hooked, and we're in the process of getting one. 8 millimeter, yes.
We have a Super 8 camera, like the movie Super 8. We do have a projector from the 50s.
No, that thing's from like the 30s. So it's the Great Depression era.
We have a Depression era projector for 8
It's a
millimeter
Coda film.
footage. But when I tell you, boy howdy, that machine, it's a mechanical camera. It takes about 8 minutes of footage, so we couldn't make anything on it. But I would love to use different types of and we have old recorders. We have a cassette player that we used, I think the last time was in like York, PA, not England. Oh, England. It's just freeze frame everything in the UK for us so that it's perfect when we get but we've used cassette recorders. I used to have a mini VHS video recorder from like 96 with a wee little cassette tape that you put in a bigger tape to play. I wish I still had that. But I think
Me
there's
too.
validity to that. I want to know what you're doing with the 16 millimeter.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep. I love that we go old school.
Bone Witch, I'm not here to be scared. I'm here to see what other people learn, what other people are finding for it. It's just see what other people's experiences are like. What I like to do is after we go to a place and investigate it, I troll other channels, real, people just filming their experience and see what they went through. And I've discovered different groups have had similar experiences in the Villisca Axe murder house as us. And I've been like, oh my God, look at this. We should reach out and have tea about it or something, because that's random, but it's also a weird thing to ask perfect strangers over the
Jen
internet.
says hi.
Hello. But, it's neat to see how other people have portrayed it. And it doesn't need to be the most epically, perfectly filmed and executed video. It's just people going through something strange in a strange place. And I think it's brilliant. I like it.
The reason we like to do that, well, me particularly, is I caught something on a VHS camcorder that was freaking crazy back in the late 90s.
It scares the crap out of me, dude.
I'm on a quest to find one, but it's something I want to order from eBay. I want to see it, try it out, make sure it works, It's only a matter of time before I find one. We go antiquing all the time. Eventually, it's going to be sitting there on a shelf.
I look like a grandmother. This is hilarious. But yeah, there's electronics places, used electronics places where they sit. But you got to be able to hold it and turn it on or put some C batteries in it, or God, wear those glasses to work on Monday, okay? Just see what everybody says. I want you to. You'll be like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, what's up, man?
I haven't busted out the Dahmer glasses since Villisca. Go check out Villisca 76.
These aren't the glasses that I wore for it, but I got special glasses with my prescription for it. And
asks,
I found them.
Can we see that video? Unfortunately, no. And if you want to hear the story of it, it's on our channel. It's The Ghost Woman Without a Face.
It's Ryan's vlog.
It's a sordid tale involving somebody I used to know. I won't go into it here right now, but it's all on there in great detail.
The why of it and why it doesn't exist now is all in that video. And
Yep.
It's maddening. It's maddening.
Little update on that, though. I don't know if I've said anything about that. at the end of that video, I told you the dude was dead or whatever. Said his girlfriend texted me, "Oh, he died." The guy that had the tape or knew where it was. Well, suddenly he wasn't dead after that video came out. Oh boy, he made the threats. Oh, that's not how it happened, and you need to take it down. And blah blah blah. I'm like, come at me, man. Really, come at me. That's
We haven't
how it went
deleted the
down.
video.
I promise you. He couldn't deny what was on the tape. He just insists that he was the one filming when he wasn't. So, whatever. Come at me, bro.
Sarah, glad to have you here. Love you. Have a very weird rest of your weekend.
Good
too.
night, Sarah.
Very
Thank you
weird.
for coming.
Man, I love that you guys are here and that you do this. This is like the nicest. Can I just say, this is like the nicest freaking thing. Like, we couldn't do this without you. And it's in 2017 when I started, I had no idea there would be people who wanted to see this, and it just kills me with joy that you want to. So please know how appreciated you are. I cry over everything, okay? I can't watch Animal Planet, the channel, without just weeping. If Sarah McLachlan sings, I'm done for the day. So you make this everything. Like, you make this what it is. This is, oh God, this is so cool. You guys are freaking cool. And we've gotten to investigate with some of you. And some of you we met in an asylum. In an asylum. Who meets friends in an asylum? We do.
Hey, Randy, how's it going? New to the
Coolest-
channel?
Yay!
Appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. This is why y'all are just too good.
Sean was waiting in the chat at 7:30.
Jeez, you got to go to the bathroom by now, man.
Jeez.
You got to take a break, dude. We were in our sheets walking around a hotel room, and if I don't have my
At
glasses on,
7:30.
yeah, I can't see anything. But Sean, you know what the video is.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a few more lives.
We should do that.
We don't do it nearly enough. You know, we're trying to grow our channel, but we're also like not sub-centric, you know, like it's not all about subs and numbers and whatnot, but
I just want people to like it.
It's nice to know that people watch and stuff, but we enjoy just the adventure of going to all these places, and there's no plan to fold up shop anytime soon.
No,
so.
we're still going. It's just winter gets really hard. We would have met Kelsey.
This is our
met the shit out of
fourth
you.
year together doing this now, and the long-term goals are starting to
That's
become
crazy.
more and more clear as we go along, and it's kind of, you know, create a body of work over a period of time using YouTube as a method of delivering that work, as many of us do on here.
It's
And,
the place. Vimeo has no
hopefully
community.
Being able to document our experiences as a whole in a larger sense at some point in the future when we get old and gray.
Right.
And
Already getting gray.
try and
Don't
find
wanna-
some perspective, because the answers on this stuff don't come one investigation at a time. You know, they come, I believe, over years and years, and they're only answers for yourself. But
Yeah, they really are. It makes you change your own mind, or more than anything, I think.
whether it's human spirits or not we're dealing with, there is an aspect of this that you're facing your own mortality in some of these places, you know? If I'd have lived, and we just went to Waverly, if
that.
I'd have been alive in the 30s, 40s, 50s, I could have had TB, and I could have been in that place facing my own mortality in a much more real sense, other than adventuring around and filming. It would have been more like, you know, am I going to die? Kind of
Is this the
thing.
last place I get to see?
So,
And as far as the relevancy to the last year and a half we've had on this damn spinning planet, Waverly hits home. Jesus God. I think we walked in there and we were like,
Yeah.
you know, we've experienced a disease we don't have a perfect cure for. We just, so you know. And it was, dude, there's a feeling of connectivity to a place like that because it's a hospital for a disease that they didn't have a cure for. Welcome to Earth 2020.
Yeah.
Shoot.
yeah, exactly. It's
Ugh.
harkens to what we're doing now.
That's the
what we're going through
serious
now.
part of it. That's always this. It has to do with mortality and death, and the fact that none of us can damn escape it. Because I haven't met a vampire yet, but we're all going to face this, and that's horrifying. I think about it all the time with intrusive thoughts.
Francisco talked of, as
So it's the hard part.
Start a Patreon. We've talked about it, but we got
What would we give people? We already put everything out there. I'm
We
like,
gotta-
time to make a post.
we got to earn that. You know, the numbers
I don't
say that
know.
we're not monetized,
Yeah,
so
we're not.
until we are, we're not going to ask for a dime. You
Yeah.
know, and I don't think we ever will ask for a dime.
That feels weird, right? I just like making videos.
But I must disagree with you. There's plenty of other content that could be given on Patreon. Like some of you guys are from
Looking
the
around
UK,
like, what?
and it's very, very late there now. But when I was laying on the morgue slab in Waverly Hills, I was thinking about my pals Dale and Justin, and how would they handle this, particularly Dale. He's laying on a morgue slab in the most haunted place in his country. Is he gonna freak out?
I think I
Hell
can
no.
imagine his sarcasm already. That's
So I actually like shouted him out there. It didn't make the video,
No.
but that'd be something we could put on Patreon.
Yeah.
Those guys inspire me more than most of what I've seen.
And they get good stuff when they're just sitting and chatting and being present in a place. That's what's neat.
Exactly.
It just goes to show, like, that's how that
So
can
I did
happen.
that. You know, I went after it skeptically, like,
hey, Obi, welcome.
And it turns out I could have fallen asleep on that morgue slab.
He could have. I could not have. I kept getting more and more nervous. Like, oh my God, I'm just sitting here. I'm just laying here. Who lays in a morgue? What human besides us? Why not? Someone did it on Scariest Places on Earth back in the late 90s, and I had to do it since then. And I'm so glad. I'm just glad we got to do that. Oh, that place is scary. I want to go back right now. Right now.
Absolutely.
The connections. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
I didn't think
the connections you can make with the Patreon, you know.
My dumb self didn't think of that at all, did we?
Nope. It's not about the money. It's, you know, it's creating a community.
I want to be able to give people something that's worth it too. Like I want to be like, I wouldn't want to have people sign up and then be like,
right,
what the hell's this? That would be me. I don't want to mess it up. That's the biggest problem I have with all of the things we make. I don't want to mess it up. That's why in Trans Allegheny, our video, we didn't use the word lunatic. We didn't use any of the patient names or any of the people that died there because we want to do the right thing. And I don't know if that works, but I don't want to upset anyone ever.
If you ever want to make some merch with art, give me a shout. I'd love to make some art for you guys, Kelsey says, and that would be amazing.
Yeah, you're really good.
Because you're fantastic.
BT dubs.
At that.
Y'all go follow each other, by the way.
We all had an art contest on the Super Neutral show.
That's right.
I missed that show.
We both do.
Maybe they don't do it every Monday. Maybe once a month. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Should I be putting links in there? I don't know how to put links in there. I don't even know how to bring up a different screen on this here live stream. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a course about it before we get into this.
I don't know. Like when I'm in Jen and Marcel's live stream and other people's live streams, I don't know how to tag a person in a comment. It doesn't work.
J.
If any of y'all know how to do that.
See?
Well, I'm not on my computer usually. I'm on my phone. It definitely doesn't work on there.
All the fun. Now we're lucky for meeting you in an asylum.
Right?
It's the weirdest thing. I hid from J&M because I thought they were the cops.
Paranormal.
Did you hear that? It's sitting right next to both of our cells. We're in a hotel, but
okay. It's a paranormal cell.
I don't know. This thing said some weird things at the weirdest times. That could be that being one of them.
That was rad.
Wow. Paranormal.
I know. I love that lady.
Cells.
I could see her in my mind, like just. Anyway, what were we talking about? You.
Talking about meeting people.
Yeah, no, I really thought it was the cops around the corner. I was ready to hide in that place. But I get real scared of getting arrested and stuff. Like I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to me. I have consequences in my life. My parents would be so disappointed in my 38-year-old ass.
Are you doing a live stream tonight?
They're tomorrow.
The Nature Man?
Oh. Ooh.
If you are,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you can go live on your phone tonight. We did it once.
There.
We did it once. It was hard to do. I didn't know how to end the live stream. I was like, what? What am I? Oh shit, I'm still live. Like that's me.
Paranormal.
All right, that's the intro to all our videos from here forth.
Cells.
Did you know that in our Mothman video, the intro noise where it comes up with the title is him going in the domes? And I was like, wait, do it again because it's a great noise. And I recorded it. It's Ryan.
In the past life, I was a druid.
I was like, make that noise again. I'm going to record that. Sometimes we just go out and record weird things to put as sound effects in the videos because that's just fun. But yeah, Oh, good. You bail us out. You better bail us out, Sean. Jesus.
Nice. J&M will be in costume tomorrow.
Yay!
Are we gonna do some more fantastic makeup or
Right.
what?
Marcel
I was
knows
pretty
how to
blown away by that post. Go
put on
check
a
out J&M's Instagram and look
costume.
at Marcel's face makeup from the years gone by. It's crazy.
Right. The last thing I want is to be arrested for
amazing.
trespassing. Exactly.
Yeah, we struggle with that ourselves.
I know. And then the other problem, you know, what's really weird about being paranormal investigators primarily, and that's how we brand everything, is then you do a video or a post that's just urbex and people are like, what's this? Oh,
Yeah.
now you're trespassing. And it's like,
Yep.
can we not please anyone? What the
I don't know if they can go together
It's
like in
hard.
harmony on a channel with perfection, with integrity.
You've
and
noticed-
if you're an explorer, that's your speciality.
it does.
And there's
well,
a skill set for that. And we know some people that are pretty damn good at it.
right. I don't have the
And
fearlessness. You haven't noticed.
I'd probably be a little more brave to go to some places. We're winter explorers when we do it. We're like the winter soldier, but we're the winter explorers.
I just please everyone.
If we started an exploration channel, it'd be that. 'Cause we'll trudge through the snow because I don't think the cops are going to trudge through the snow.
Right. We feel like they're less inclined to come after us, but we also, I mean, it's just hard. It's hard to weigh what we want. And of course, then we're in certain places and you want to whip out like the spirit box, whip out the spirit box. What's
Right.
that? You
We
want it,
can't help but ghost hunt.
you want it, but they don't do well. Those videos don't do well.
Yeah.
And there's only like a subset of people that want to do the para urbex together, and they've cornered that really well. I don't think we do that well with that. It's hard. It's hard to see what, like, you're kind of trapped
We've
in
done
between.
okay. It's
Yeah, but you're kind of trapped in between what's going to work and what are we doing and just want to do and makes a cool video out of. Like, where do we
Yep.
find that balance in the middle? Because we've made shit that lands and we've made shit that just, oops.
We've discussed some directions that we want to go in the short term future, and more of the documentarian style. A lot of you guys saw our Gloucester, Mass, the shipwrecks and ghosts in Massachusetts, and commented on the intro to that video, and that was definitely some of our finest work, in my opinion. I think we need
I
to
like
get
that.
back to more of that. We used to do that a whole lot more, and we're going to get back to that.
You and Sean should make an ice fishing video, a whole ice fishing
Yes,
channel.
we're
You probably could.
thinking, yeah,
You probably
exactly.
could and do really well, actually. I've never
We
looked at
probably
ice
will
fishing
film
on
some
YouTube.
shit this year.
You should. You're in really cool places. You got
Yep.
nice sunsets and sunrises.
We will film
Fishing
some
in
stuff
Dark,
this
I
year.
guess. But
He's got a nice new phone to film with too.
yeah,
so,
we need to upgrade this shit. This iPhone 12 don't do nothing.
yeah.
I just got the damn thing. I thought it did better than the other
Cool.
one. Oh well. But anyhow,
Nature Man's gonna do a live stream this week, Monday or Wednesday.
nice.
Sounds good. I'll try to get in there. If it's in the evening, I'll be able to join.
See, Kelsey found a homeless man in the freaking bando. That's somebody. That's the other thing. People could be living in there because people live in these places when they don't
Yeah.
have other places to live because the whole country's people
And
don't
then
have places to live.
the last time we tried to go do this, we got busted immediately.
Oh yeah, a giant alarm went off.
Yep, there was a hidden alarm
There's
on
me
the tree, and it
like
was
trudging through the snow, like, oh no, oh no.
This guy salvaged it because there was a phone number on a pole, so I called it. And I said, "Oh, I was trying to take a photo and the alarm went off. Can we see this place?" And I don't
He walked
know.
us
I was
in.
like, "Will you take a few bucks?" "Well, how much?" And I was like, "I can't remember what I told him. It was
Something
more
like-
than he asked for.
Yeah.
He was down there. He pretty much skidded in there. Guys, ready?
We're gonna go look.
Yeah, all right,
An
cool.
Urbex tour.
That guy was. What's that video called?
Roaring
That's a-
1920s Roaring Hotel. We want
Yeah.
to keep the name off of that one for sure. So we
That
won't
was
say
that
it, but
hotel was as cool as this one, arguably maybe cooler,
It's something.
but it was in a place that just
Something.
died because it was off the highway.
Nothing
So,
out there. Nothing.
Beautiful place.
But
Well, should we?
other people have gotten into it.
Should
Other
we-
people tried to get into it while we were there with the guy, and they were pissed at us. And you know what? I don't care.
Okay, what about equipment you guys need that your viewers can buy? Put
Oh,
links
gosh.
for that.
I
We should probably do that.
do we have a wish list?
That's a good point.
We don't even have a wish list.
We aren't huge on a lot of devices because they can take you on a tangent.
I want a REM pod.
Yeah, we kind of want a REM pod.
We kind of want a REM pod.
There's
We've
some
said it.
body. Paranormal sells body bottle. Okay. Come. I don't like how it says that word.
Me neither. I just had a moment. I just had a moment on this live stream.
Yeah, we should put up some equipment links for sure.
And y'all, some of you guys who are creators also put links to all of the gear and equipment you use. Is that helpful? I've seen that on some of your channels. Do you want to drop a hint? Is that useful?
Yeah.
Should we do that? Do people care? Do people want to know what we use? I don't understand.
I
It's
think
mostly
they
me
might.
going, I don't know how this works.
They might.
And having to Google how
As far as
things work.
cameras and stuff like that we use, maybe our post-production software and whatnot.
Final Cut Pro. I sit in front of this computer way too long to try to make these things look the way they do.
Musically, I'll never tell.
I'm like, I need something that sounds eerie, but is also uplifting, but is kind of like this. And I just tell him that, and then a track comes to my phone within like an hour.
I ignore it and I just make what I want.
I need this and this. I'm looking for
No.
this feeling. Or he just watches the video and goes, I got it, and then goes make music for it.
There'll be more new music coming to the table next year. I've upgraded my recording capability a bunch this year, so yeah.
It's something to do. I didn't know. Maybe we should put a list of all our gear and then
Yeah,
link it to Amazon. I don't know.
We can put it in videos subsequently.
Right? You want one of these cameras that died on us? Here's the link. Here you go. We could put links of things that you shouldn't get. Boy, have I got some reworked action camera links for you. You want a camera that'll break in 10 days? Let me throw that up for you. Right? Things not to buy. Yeah, Amy's getting a computer. Amy's getting rid of this laptop
Yeah,
thing.
it's time to go desktop for.
I haven't had a
some
desktop
serious
since I
power.
was in an academic setting in the dark ages, so that's going to be funny. But I don't take my laptop anywhere. Might as well have a desktop to make dang videos. But yeah, I've broken this machine. Do they make machines to just stop working after a few years? Because I feel like that's
Yes,
real.
it's called. I forget what they call that term.
Enforced-
Forced obsolescence. Yep, there's a big battle going on right now. With
Dramatic glasses removal. What
There's
the
a huge-
actual F, Apple? But yeah, it sounds like unless I
forced
wipe it back to
obsolescence.
wipe this machine back to factory, we're gonna have an issue. So
Or your new phone.
Stretch.
Stretch.
yeah, we are stretched, bitch. We are.
My shirt is stretched. Look at this thing. It's ready to go.
We ordered it from Shein, that website we probably should never order anything from. And it said it was going to fit them, but
I feel like it sees me right now. Saying it sees me. I'm stretched.
Stretched. It's like, take that shit, bro.
Ugh.
You're going to pop a button, Ryan.
Oh, it's almost over.
Yeah, right on the live stream. Is there anything else we need to talk about this hotel? Can you see the room? Here. There you go.
There's stuff all over the bed.
That's a backpack. So
Yeah.
it's just a room.
We'll-
It's just a goddamn
We'll throw
room.
up a little video.
Yeah, I'm gonna
For
film
sure.
some stuff tomorrow before we leave. We're doing one night. Excuse me. We're not really gonna investigate so much as we're gonna talk about it because it's kind of fun, and then I can sit in my pajamas and voice it over later, because that's what happens. I'm in slippers a lot, guys.
Randy's Adventure has a set of cat balls.
Yeah,
Mhm,
you know, we got to
yeah.
work with Joey and Michael, and they're big on the cat balls, and it seems almost too convenient. Like, oh, it's just motion activated. What is that? It'll just go off at easy. It's an easy thing. It's an easy device. It's an easy thing to have. I feel like we should have those. Just toss them down every hall. Be like, all right, you do your thing. Easy goes, honey.
Beetlejuice. You got it.
Yeah. Wait. Where?
That's right.
Who
Hobie
gets what?
Cat.
Oh yes. Heck yeah.
There you go.
Would I wear this dress normally? Not on your life, baby. This is not my look. I tried to get one that buttoned up like her. I guess I could put like a brooch there or something because she's pretty modest. But this is what you get from that website from China. Clothes
Yeah.
from wherever. You shouldn't buy those things.
No.
But unless you need to buy clothes, then that's okay. But if you're buying $1,000 worth of that stuff, oh my God, come on. Oh, good. Wanting one angel. Yay. See, some people do appreciate all the history
wow.
on this. And sometimes we struggle with like how
Nice.
much do we put in? Do we put in a whole 5 minutes of backstory, or do we just give it a sentence of it was built at this, at that, and on to the investigation? So we like the history, like we like putting that kind of stuff in and trying to convey something about the place. And then it's like that balance of, is this boring or is this kind of cool? That's why I only have like one little card of notes on this place. Yes, I have note cards. Now you know. We're very transparent. I take notes. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's really cool that they have hidden rooms and tunnels that they found in 2013 in here.
I would love to find those.
Like, what the?
The night is young.
Oh, we should take our room cards and just see which doors open.
Ah,
You ever done that?
no, I don't want to start tonight here. You mean hotel rooms?
Yeah. No, not rooms,
People
but like
are sleeping.
no,
in
I don't.
there.
I don't want to go in their rooms. I'm a ghost, bitch. Like just come in with your sheet on, woo, and then leave. I mean, like the rooms
We
that
should.
don't have hotel.
That's a good idea.
Let's walk around with our sheets in the hotel.
Okay. I think we should walk around outside too. If
Right.
we're gonna go that far.
We should at least stand in the window for like half an hour.
Wish we could take y'all with.
I know. One day we'll figure out how to do a live stream from this machine where we can do it correctly and then have it translate back to the computer. I don't know how.
Well,
But yeah. Word. Scrabble pieces. Kelsey, that's smart. I'm gonna
Yeah?
write that down. I gotta
Yeah?
write that down.
what do you toss? Do you toss them or something?
Well, there's
The
people who
Scrabble
use,
pieces?
I've seen that too on a channel. Michael.
Like roll the bones?
Yeah.
That'd be
I
interesting.
wonder. It'd be cool to like leave them and then see if something changes later.
Yeah, Wanting One Angel wants to see the book. The book is cool. It's not very informative,
It's a
unfortunately.
journal. It's a journal.
I
Nobody
guess
actually wrote the
we
book. I
have to
guess.
write the handbook.
Right? Us as the ghosts need to write how this plays out.
I'm gonna put some song lyrics in there.
Yeah.
Working on an album currently, unrelated to Full Dark, but
Me reading comments. This my grandmotherly
trying
self.
to get
Hello.
in touch with Dale. He knows all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we don't have haunted dolls. We don't have any haunted dolls. I don't have dolls though, because I don't. Dolls aren't really my aesthetic.
Dale uses Scrabble pieces to communicate. That's interesting. They don't put some of that stuff in their videos, do they? Scrape.
Scrap like a
Hey, it's Rick.
Rick M.
Rickles Martin.
Rickles Martin. You see how we went right to that? What are you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Welcome,
stranger.
right? Happy Halloween Eve. Happy October 30th.
Doing
That's
pretty
all I
well.
know. We're normal, I think. Well, we're not normal. We're dressed like the Maitlands from Beetlejuice, which is hard to tell if you've never seen us and you look at me in this goddamn thing like, is she 90?
It was trying to say Scrabble, Jane, and said,
Oh,
well, that'd be great. If it said Scrabble, I don't know. I'm going to run. I'm going to do a lap.
oh my God. Can you imagine?
That would be insane.
Yeah, but some people have used those. What's the other thing people use? Dice, right? People investigate using dice, but it's more of a divination style of investigation, which again, you don't see us using pendulums very much. You'll see us use Ouija boards because it's more fun and exciting. And we do have Ouija board stories, each of us from our past, that are just weird enough. We might have to vlog them out. And mine involves friends that were in the last vlog, so I might have to get them to talk, send me Instagram DMs to help enhance it.
Alice.
Alice.
Who the heck is Alice? I asked for a name. We finally got one an hour later. How uncanny.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're such jerks.
All right. Francisco asks, any scary movies tonight? I don't know about tonight. We'll
Tomorrow,
see.
I'm making us watch Antlers.
What is Antlers?
It's this new one with Carrie Russell, who was in that show in the 90s when her hair was long.
Yep.
What was that show?
She was also in The Americans. A great
Yes.
show.
What was that show from the 90s with Carrie Russell? Help me.
It was on Fox.
Shit.
Can't remember.
No.
Never watched it, only saw commercials.
Yeah, because I liked her hair.
Anyways,
But she's
not
in it,
important.
and it's scary. The point is, the movie is called Antlers. It's like the Wendigo mythology, but it's probably made by white
Kelsey
people.
says
So
she's had Scrabble pieces moved to spell the name of the girl who was supposed to haunt there. Oh yeah,
bro.
really?
Dude.
How many
Felicity,
letters?
thank you.
Yep. How many letters were in that name?
Why would I
I'm
not remember
curious.
that? Watch Dawson's Creek. It's
Born in
practically the same
'96.
thing.
Yeah, that's when Felicity was on
Yes.
TV.
Born
'96.
in 90. What's youth like? How's that taste? Is that nice? Wilson Castle. Oh man, that place
Yeah,
is dope.
we're hearing a lot about that
Yeah,
place.
people are at that place a lot.
I don't know
these
if you guys
days.
saw the picture that Courtney, the Ghoul Guide, put on Instagram. If you follow her, but it wasn't a picture she took, but it was in the mirror. Somebody else had taken it.
Oh yeah,
There was a dude in period clothing with a ponytail.
it was a lady.
I think it was a guy.
I think it was a lady.
Looked like a guy, like a
Well,
guy
there was
in
somebody who wasn't supposed to
period
be there
guy.
in a photo
But
from that
yeah,
place.
there's a straight up person there. It looked legit. It was a
Weird.
printed out photo.
It's very weird.
Very interesting. You guys should follow her. She's great.
The birthday of your typing teacher within 3 days. See, weird things happen with these. He's got a weird story. Sometimes, I wish I knew how it worked, but it's almost like sometimes a person's subconscious and something else comes together, and in between that, we get these points of divination where we would be able to call it that. And we don't touch much on that on our channel.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, at least from my perspective, I'm probably just afraid of the freaking backlash from people that's possible if we're like, oh, you're using a pendulum, or oh, you're doing this. And it's like, well, I don't know what works and what doesn't. At least if we use it, we're not going to tell you this is what this is and that's how it is. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. My interpretation of a certain tarot card might be different than yours, and that's okay, man. But I'm too afraid of like blowback from trying different spiritual things sometimes.
That's where
me
you start
personally.
to grossly alienate certain people away.
Right. Then it starts to be very opinion based, and we're trying to go more experience. I think we just are more experience based. Like, here's the camera, we pointed it this way, this is the stuff we said.
This is
And
what
like,
we went through. Hair.
Hey,
We have hair.
we do have hair.
Oh my God.
Alice might have hair.
Alice. Is that the name of the girl in our painting? Alice?
No,
Not Sally?
I don't know. We'll never know. Wow, we're terrible. We're drinking soda and live stream. We just belched out into the camera.
It's Halloween. We should do some candy too. But
Do what
Yeah,
you
later.
see. That's the thing. The blowback matters because sometimes it gets nasty. Not that we're a
Yeah.
channel big enough to receive any kind of goddamn anything, but
it depends on who's doing the blowback, I suppose.
yeah, it's hard to figure. And also, not being very overly outwardly spiritual people, I don't want to try to convey us using different methods and methodologies inaccurately or substandardly. But again, that's just me and my like, oh, it needs to be this way. We have to make sure everything is just right, and I need to like lose that self-control problem
Mhm.
and just have a little more fun. But I don't know. That's
Well,
me.
For the most
Yeah,
part,
just
we
as
do,
I was
though.
playing with
We're
them
not
here.
here to please everyone
I
or
know,
necessarily anyone, I guess. It's just what we go through.
right? I'll try a pendulum. I have a pen. We have a
Sure.
really cool pendulum from the pen.
For a long time, the motto of this channel is try everything.
Yeah, and we're at the point
You
where
know?
there's different new things coming up anyway. Like, we never had an EDI machine
Jackie.
3 years ago. Two names, brah. 2 names.
Now,
I don't know. I won't tell you
when
it's
it
a
comes
ghost. I'll
to
just say that's cool.
electronic devices, that's where you got to have some caution because they
People will
can
get
easily
mad
be
about
rigged.
that. Easy.
There's so many apps, especially
There's a lot of
apps.
There's a ton
Apps
of
are
apps.
are the big one that can lead you astray.
It's like it started with Ghost Radar, and now it's just like everything. But GhostTube is very nice. You guys ever use GhostTube? Maybe we should do a video where we actually use it for once. I don't think we've ever done it for serious, It's just not our go-to. It's just not drinking do.
Complimentary Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to drink
Fun.
the stuff in a minibar complimentary.
And I never get to do that. That's so
I
much
know,
fun. We're
it's
just
great.
like, let's
We're
eat it
eating
all. It's
everything.
disgusting. We're terrible. We're heathens.
I'm just waiting to go so I can eat the rest.
Ryan,
No, I love being here with you guys. It's great.
GhostTube.
Yeah. Nose tube.
Gonna pick up my phone, my computer. And it has American English in it. That's nice. Oh, look at all the languages
Wow.
they put in
Wow.
there. Are you kidding?
I'll show them.
Oh, So Jared must be the programmer, right? You know, we know Jody. Remember Jody in all our older videos because I would drag her everywhere. Poor Jodes. She's a programmer. She knows code too. Why we didn't think to write an app 4 years ago is beyond me. But they know what they're doing.
Indeed, I believe I've seen Diane use pendulums before.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. She gave Dale and Justin a whole different ritual to do. Like
that's what
Diane's full of
fascinates me
interesting
about
stuff.
Diane and Jim, both they're more open to trying those spiritualistic things. But I like seeing all them guys work together. You know, there's a skepticism Dale and Justin have, and then there's that spiritualistic aspect they bring. It's fun.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
It says demon to me, and I roll my eyes. See, if it said demon to me, I'd kind of be like, okay. I mean, obviously they're going to program, Amy and Jared are going to program in everything possible for someone to have the experience they want in ghost hunting. That's just, I think that's just normal. And I personally, if you're not subscribed to Amy and Jared, Amy's Crypt, which you probably are because they have a lot of subscribers, go do it. They're great. I think they're perfectly wonderful. And as far as like different channels and what people do and, oh, I need to do this because that person's doing it. Do what you want, yes. And I'm hearing and seeing you guys say that too, and that's very encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like other channels that do the same thing, can we all just support each other and have a good time? Because I think there's a lot of competition in this stuff, even between real channels, and I hate it. I hate it. I won't participate. If there's a channel out there and they're investigating the paranormal and they're doing good and they're doing their thing and they're having success, that's a hell yeah. They have done it. They have rocked it. They have kicked ass from day one. Good. Good. Go. Do better. Do more. Keep going. Keep going because I want to watch your stuff. And sometimes I save Amy's Crypt videos so that like part 2 and 1 and 2 are out together so I can just do a nice binge in my pajamas. I like that.
Microphonic app. Very, very little experience with it so far. I do have it.
We've used it.
Michael
it's
from
all on
Glowing Ghost
your
Paranormal has used it, and he's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah, it makes weird. You know what's weird is we all used it in Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, and it was the most dead session in the world. The room even felt like nothing was happening, and the app responded the same way.
Yep.
And in a different location, it said words in the same building.
Yep.
I don't want to give my mind more of a reason or a wrong reason or an inaccurate reason to believe and make a connection between A and B. It's a spirit or it's an entity or an energy and it caused something in this electronic device that we all carry, even kids have. I don't want to overload my brain with the possibility and like overbelieve too quick, but I will say till the end of time, it's damn uncanny what these things will do. Also, I'm not an electrician. I don't know how they work, so I'm just a user of the thing, you know? I use the phone every day.
And I think to really understand it, you need to have some of that experience. You know, you need to understand the bits and pieces to some extent.
Yeah. Like I would want to take apart the spirit box, especially now because it's acting up, but I don't want it to not be able to go back together.
No, that's where I feel that's a palatable device for the layman to understand. It's a radio.
It's just
and it has
scanning constantly.
Yes, it has what's basically a cockroach inside of it that causes it. It's really what it's called.
Really?
Yes, it's really what it's called.
What?
And it's a device similar to a tremolo cockroach on an amp, and it causes it to sweep instead. You've heard my amps go boom, 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 boom. That's what it's the same thing.
How come we've never made a portal through any of your amps? We have all the shit to make like 10.
We should. That we should try. We definitely should try.
All right, look at that in our channel this one. We're going to be inside a lot.
Perfect amp for that right now, that little one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I leave the electronics to this gentleman here because
Rick had something nice to say. Let me go back to it. So guys, your YouTube channel has progressed so much. Your editing skills have grown by leaps and bounds. I remember being there in the beginning.
The beginning was horrible.
Part of me is proud of how far your videos have come.
Thank you. Our video, oh my God. If I knew now what I didn't know then, oh my God, I didn't know how to make an end screen work right until 2 months ago.
I saw a great deal of talent. That's when I first came on the scene. I saw she had an eye
Google how to do things
for style and detail. Now, if we could bring together some sort of semblance of a video that could progress entertainingly wise,
If the
Yeah.
ghost could just come right out and
We could, well, not just that, but
well, that'd be nice too.
be stunning B-roll or interesting things we say or
It's hard.
whatnot.
It's hard. Sometimes it's easier because we have a longer time in a place.
Yep.
Sometimes it's sometimes it's easier because we have much longer in a location. Sometimes it's difficult as hell to even get any B-roll because you're there from like 9 at night, or a tour goes on for like 4 hours and you're like, dude, bro, I just want to spend time in the place.
Oh yeah, J&M. Check out Amy's Crypt. There's some
For
a
sure.
world travel going on there. She's been to Peru.
They started out in San
Sheesh.
Fran and they're from Australia, and then they just went to the whole world.
It's crazy. It's amazing.
They did it right from day one. They've got consistency. They've got consistency. They know how to do it and edit, and really, they had the power to them right off the bat, and that's rare. And I think that's commendable.
She loves haunted hotels too, just like we do. This is probably our 5th or 6th one this year, I would say.
Right? Good God, dude. We've just been going to places and sitting in rooms.
It's like an unofficial series that we have going.
It's like, let's just do this.
Haunted hotels. And they're great.
They're out there.
They're a great place to go try and experience
I'm glad
something.
we get to be in this place. I've driven by it since I was young, and it's spooky. Well, now it's all painted white. It used to be painted black. I have a photo of that too. Do you want to see? I already showed you. For anybody who just showed up, let me show you. Should we live stream more? Because it's a little chaotic. It's me. I'm the chaos. This is the hotel we're in and what it used to look like. It's the ADELPHI, and now it just looks white. You can Google it too, because you have Google in your hand. If you want a recipe for creme brulee, I take pictures of my computer screen. Got a good one.
No, this is the first time for me anyways. I don't think Amy stayed here either.
No, I've never been in it. I've just driven by it. Because it's also been closed intermittently because it was so... This photo, I think it's in 1906.
Yeah, Tamara, I like to use the spirit box with the antenna down. That's my preferred way to use it. I pull it sometimes. I don't really have a rhyme or reason when I pull it, especially in the Estes method. Sometimes if there's absolutely nothing coming through that thing, I'll pull the antenna just to, I don't know, hear something.
I like it with the antenna out. This is what it looks like now. This is today. That's a fresh photo.
It's fresh.
Oh, sorry. Chaos. Unchecked. But
well, anybody else got any questions? We're steamrolling towards 10 o'clock. I figure that's probably
good.
Where we'll cut it.
Yeah.
It's been awesome hanging out with you guys.
Where was the one up that way a few months ago? Oh, the Sagamore was on Lake George.
Yep.
On the southern end of Lake George, not Lake Champlain. No, stupid. Lake George. It's on Lake George. Bolton Landing.
Kelsey asked, what is
Good
our
fishing.
bucket list paranormal place we want to go?
We already went, and its name is Waverly Hills. I
But-
want to go back.
Now, see that list has moved.
It has moved.
Now,
Oh, shit.
now it has changed, and
Let me in the Spirit Inn. Let me in Jamaica Inn. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My Daphne du Maurier. I just love. Oh, my God. And the recent movie. Anyway. Oh, there's also a BBC series that I have yet to hack into my American computer. Get me into the
I
Jamaica
would
Inn.
love to have a whack at
Chillingham Castle.
at,
Sorry.
30 East Drive. I would love to have a whack at that.
That dang red carpet. Woof.
But as far as here in the States, I think for me, it's moved to Pennhurst.
Mine's Moundsville now.
Yep.
Which is Moundsville Penitentiary in West.
Look for those next year. I
Virginia.
think we're going to try and make those happen. And then the West Coast has a ton of stuff.
And it's god dang far and hot out there, and sometimes it's on fire and the ground moves. Ooh.
Yep.
My least favorite things. I
Heard
also
a
don't like tornadoes.
lot of great things about McIntyre Villa. So
Yeah,
we
this
may
place
have
looks
to get out
beautiful.
there.
Joey and Michael are there all the time, like
Yep.
jerks.
With some success.
I would love to go to the Goldfield Hotel, but that's becoming an actual hotel
Yeah.
again instead of a spooky place where
We might
bricks are
stay there,
sometimes
though.
thrown.
We
Right,
might have
could
to stay there. That'd be crazy.
Didn't Ghost Adventures doing their the last Goldfield Hotel before they
This
actually
is the
open it?
final investigation.
Because they are the end all to be all, of course. Anyhow, I like Waverly Hills a lot. That
Yeah.
place in Preston scared me.
We're going back. We're
This-
going back to Waverly. I saw no less than 3 shadow figures inside that building that night.
Weird stuff happened. Sean
was
asked if
amazing.
we've ever been to Grant's Cottage. It's the one up in Latham, Cohoes. I think a person lives in it, and I don't know if we can just be like, "Hey, ghosts, let me in here. Just let me in." I don't think we can do that, but I would. But that's the one. I think if I'm correct, you're talking about the
Yep,
one that's up in
Penhurst.
Cohoes. Jan have a great freaking video of Penhurst. They went everywhere. The place is huge. Like you look at it on the map on Google Earth, and there's buildings that are just covered in trees still.
Yeah.
Like it's the ideal urbex landscape. It looks like, except somebody was like, "I'm just gonna shell out for this and own it." Lucky.
I'd also like to get into the forest and look for cryptids at some point. I think that's in our future.
Like just the forest in general.
Oh, there's many.
Well, yeah.
The Jersey Devil would be an
Want to
interesting
go with Christine?
quest.
Yeah.
Getting up to the Adirondacks and kicking around for that old Sasquatch, see if that's around.
So they say.
I would love to see Brown Mountain Lights.
Yeah, dude, that looks cool. Anywhere there's the reports with lights on the mountain,
Yep.
that I don't know, that just seems really weird and cool.
I would love to go back to a certain radar base we've visited previously
Oh,
because
yeah, where
we
these-
saw some weird stuff in the sky.
Where
that
these
night.
two people got engaged that we know.
Yeah, we know. We're still waiting for a wedding.
You guys got to get married now on top
Yeah,
of the radar.
When's that?
Everybody's gonna hoof it up.
Tell us now. Right here.
That's where you should get married. Oh, man.
Yeah. We can squeeze everybody.
Right,
up
we'll camp
there.
out.
Good.
Goatman's Bridge. Is that even real? Do you know what we heard from Joey about Goatman's Bridge? Is that it's so full of teenagers partying all the time. You can't even investigate. Like it's not even, you can't even make a good TikTok out of it because it's just like covered in people. Same thing with Sachs Bridge in Gettysburg. It's just people covering the damn thing because it's like a public park. So younger people with nowhere to go, they can congregate there and just be themselves, you know?
Haunting One Angel wants to know if we would go to Scotland to see the Loch Ness Monster. Sure.
I think I found
Get
it.
on a boat.
I used to live in Scotland when I was younger.
We live about
5
100
hours.
100 miles south or so from Lake Champlain, where Champ is
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be.
Another sea monster.
We-
I've never seen him.
We poked around up there a little bit, but didn't do a real champ hunt. But at some point, we probably can
That's
do
a
that.
scary lake,
relatively
too.
easy.
Loch Ness, I would love to go back
Yes, a
there.
wedding.
Sterling Castle, right? Can we get married there? That's dope. But don't hold your breath. God dang it, guys. But
We'll be ready.
Scotland, yes. Scotland, we would go in a heartbeat. I need to go and see the places. I went to grad school there, and I lived in Edinburgh. When I was little, I lived on a farm with my parents up in Auchterarder, and we went to Loch Ness, and I love bagpipes, and I want to go back real bad, and then this stupid panini happened, and we couldn't go anywhere. So we're going to get to the UK.
Yeah, we had it planned. It was booked. Every aspect of our trip was figured out.
And that sucks, of course, because a lot more people lost a lot
10-day
more than us.
Yeah, I know.
But it still hurts.
People
Everything that
lost
everybody
loved
lost.
ones and stuff.
There's a lot of hurt in the last year and a half. If you want to just dance it out
It's a
on our
bummer.
live stream, you go for it.
We are going to get there. That's number one on our list. That's as soon as it's safe to do so. We're gonna be there.
Need to
In
go
the
to me old
UK.
stomping grounds. I was in those dang Edinburgh vaults before listen to me. Edinburgh vaults before Zach Bagans.
I love England. I've never been there, but I love the history. I'm
This guy's medieval as AF.
a good deal British myself as far as my heritage goes and my family history. There's even a town named after me in England. It's called the town of
Named
Bradway.
after him.
Bradway, Kelsey. Have you ever heard of Bradway?
Natureman's Peace. And thank you very much for coming.
Have a good one.
But
I think
we got to get on to ourselves. 9:58. This is a perfect time to kick off because it's also a Saturday. These people want to go do things.
yeah.
Some of y'all are up a little late.
Thank
guys.
you for everyone that came and hung out with us. We know it got a little weird, but
I'm
you
over
know,
here. Chaos.
what are you gonna do when
I'm gonna try to find me eye holes.
All
Hey,
right.
look. Think. Shit.
There
Being
we
a
go.
ghost in a sheet is impossible. Impossible. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I guess I should put mine on to sign off as well.
We'll end it the same way I can't see a dang thing. Oh my god. This is awful.
Good night, everyone.
I'm a lopsided ghost. Check it out.
We're gonna go walk around this bougie hotel just like this.
Exactly. We love you all. Everybody get ready for Full Dark Sphere or Full Dark Scariest Place. What was it called? Stranded.
FDP's Fear.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that. I can't see. Oh, now I'm fogging up. All right.
Ouch. I just hit my face
On what?
on the chair.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I guess I'm not dead. I feel alive.
Feel alive. Wait, you guys want to see something funny? Hold on a sec. Let me do the thing. Wait a sec. Check it out. You ever seen a ghost with glasses? Where's my eye? There you go. I feel like an idiot. All right. We love you all.
Yeah, we may have to delete this live stream.
Have a I can't breathe. Have a I can't see. I don't know how to turn it off. Have a wonderful evening. Stay weird, stay spooky. Know that you are always enough. You are worth it, and you really are what make our experience doing this and creating things wonderful. Wonderful. So be weird and enjoy your Halloween. It's literally 2 hours away. Oh God.
Sad spooky season is over, but it can be all year.
Right. Stick here. It'll stay spooky all winter. We're going to talk about some fun things. You with your Dahmer glasses. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go take some pictures for the gram. This is too fun. Sorry, I'm dying here. We love you all.
Good night.
Good night, friends. Stay weird. Thank you for chatting.